next video, we're going to show you how to do a regression, a simple regression in R. So to do that, you're going to create a fit object. So just call it fit. It's typically called fit regardless, but you can name it whatever you want, of course. And we're going to use the LM function. The LM function comes with R. It's in the base R. And it stands for linear modeling. So regression is a linear model. So LM. How the syntax of the argument works is that you are going to put your, it's almost like an equation, except it's separated by a tilde instead of an equal sign. So whatever's on the left side of your equation, typically your dependent variable is on the left side over there. And then on the right side, you're going to put whatever is your independent variable. So in this case, we're using displacement, and on the left side, highway. And again, it's separated by that tilde. And then you're just going to put a comma, and then you can just specify whatever your data is. So in this case, our data is MPG. So we're just going to use data equals MPG. So you run that object and you create this fit object. And you can see over here that the fit object is a list of 12. And it's a bit odd, you know, it's kind of tricky to see what's going on in here. And that's because it stores a ton of information, the residuals, the coefficients, the effects, fitted values. Same thing with SPSS. When you call a function in SPS, sometimes it gives you a ton of information. You only want a little bit. That is happening in R too. But we can summarize it, get what we want out of it by trying to do a summary of the fit. So if you click summary, it will pop up a little bit of information that you need to basically interpret your table. First off, it tells you what it's doing. This is just what it thinks it's doing. Then it gives you a 5-number summary of the residuals, which you may or may not be interested in. And then this is sort of your meat and potatoes regression table, where it tells you, for example, what your P is, though it's written kind of oddly, your T value, your standard error, and then this would be your y-intercept and your coefficient for displacement in your regression equation. So I'm not going to go into detail about the regression information. I'm assuming you're going to get that from everywhere. This video is mostly about how to do it in R. So from here, we're going to use the pixie dust package, which is the package we installed in the previous video in R, because that can help us get the information we want out of R very quickly in a pretty neat way. So to do that, we're going to use the dust function. The dust function is specifically designed to deal with certain objects. It can deal with a bunch of different kinds of objects, but it's designed to deal with these fit lists very well. So we're just going to do dust fit and see what that looks like. So already you can see that it looks way, way better than this one up here. This one's kind of clunky, and this one kind of simplifies it a little bit. Instead of having this weird p-value thing, it actually comes out as p-value. So, and this comes out as standard error. It's just a little bit more readable, is what I'd say. So we can also just really quickly pull this out into, it will interpret it as an HTML. You can specify a few different types, but HTML is kind of the easiest to use to get it out of R very quickly. So we're just going to run dust fit, just like we just did above. And then we're going to use it's a percentage sign and an arrow sign, a percentage sign. And that just means you're going to string two functions together. That's part of the tidyverse syntax. To go to this sprinkle print method. That's just a function that comes with pixie dust. And then we're specifying how we want it to come out, and we want it as HTML. And I'll show you why HTML is good by creating this base table 1. And then we're going to print it. And when I print it, what that means, it'll pop up over here. So now you can see that, oh, we've got some bold stuff. It's like trying to interpret it. It has some automated functions to try to interpret it as the best possible table it can. And then if you want to be just super straightforward and simple and you want to get out of R and back into like a home base like Excel, you can really just highlight this, copy it. I'm just clicking Control-C, but I guess to be more visual, I should go to copy. And then I can just paste it here. And you can see that it went exactly where you would want it to. And then I can do whatever other editing I want in Excel. And so you can just do whatever you want from Excel there. We've done the analysis in R and we've brought it out. So that's where I'm going to stop now. The next video, I'm going to go into a little bit more table customization in R.